Welcome to the show, Two Guys, Two Things.
Hey.
This is the podcast where we take two semi-trending topics, discuss them each for 15 minutes, and then we beat an egg.
Like for scrambled eggs?
No, I mean, we just beat the shit out of that egg,
we punch
man.
it. We punch it.
Punch that.
Yeah.
Have you ever punched an egg?
Nah.
I think it'd be satisfying.
Threw an egg.
Did you ever do the egg drop in school?
No. Egg toss? Is that what you mean?
No. But what's this? What's an
Just
egg toss?
so you start with 2 feet from each other. Toss it.
Uh-huh.
Take 2 steps back.
Got it. Look like a water balloon.
Yeah, but with eggs. And then whoever's there last, basically, that doesn't break the egg.
The egg drop is the...
Oh, well, you have to make a mechanism.
Yeah. And see if the egg will break or not.
No, I only saw that in 90s sitcoms.
Oh, really? Well, my son did it. He did it.
Did he win?
And well, there's no competition. It was just every kid had to do it in class. They had to come up with an egg drop.
But of course you make it a competition. Like you keep dropping it higher and higher to the last egg breaks. And the last egg standing wins.
No, the goal here was can you drop it without it breaking?
Right, and then you go higher.
It wasn't about that.
Now does it work?
Look, this was during COVID school. So it was like things you could do at home.
So you could fake it?
Oh, you think they manipulated the video of the eggs?
Yeah.
You think kids were cheating?
Yes.
How dare you, sir?
Not how dare the kids?
You're right. They thought they graduated. They needed to come back and take that diploma.
Yeah.
No, also, though, was that also an egg where you would pretend that you're having a baby?
Yeah. Well, you'd have to take the egg home.
Was it an egg?
Yeah, it was an egg.
An egg?
I didn't. Jesse did the egg. A lot of people did the egg. I got a fucking baby.
You got a real baby?
Yes.
They gave you the keys to a baby?
And it was like set with time, and you had a key for the back, right? So it was like timing set. So
this is horrible way to teach parenting.
And every
there's no key.
So every once in a while, it would
shut the baby off.
It would cry, and you have to stick the key in long enough, like as if you're feeding it or changing it, and then it would turn off. Then it would stop crying. Then you can take it out, but it would do it like at 2 a.m, like in high school, and you have to get up and put the key in the back until it stopped crying. Then you go back to sleep.
What is the point of that?
To show how hard it is to be a parent.
Is it really to scare you from having babies?
Yeah, like I don't want to get up at 2 a.m.
Okay. I mean, I think that's a good idea.
I mean, there's something there, I guess, because it's like whatever home ec class that is. It's because you don't learn how to take care of a baby. You know what I mean? All you're doing is like you're putting it somewhere until it starts crying. And
I gave my children all small keys.
Yeah.
To try to shut them off, and I think one swallowed one, but that's fine. You know, it comes out in the poop.
Well,
if you're lucky.
When Nora was born, I got installed
I remember this from school.
A keyhole in her back. Like I had it surgically installed in her back. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, well, I need the keyhole installed. So whenever she's crying, I stick the key in.
How come this isn't working? Mm-hmm. Okay. Got it. So, but for this year, though, to decide.
But you do the surgery when they're young.
You do it right away.
So you don't feel it. Like getting your ears pierced as an infant. Yeah. So she doesn't care that she has a big old keyhole in her back now. She didn't,
big old keyhole?
Yeah, she didn't. It was an extra large, like comically large key. Because there's a big. I can like stick my hand through it in the back.
Should be like one of those like little things that plays music.
Yeah, a music box.
A music box.
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
It's a music box.
Yeah.
You just gotta turn it, crank, crank, and then it'll play Sleeping Beauty. All right.
What's the Sleeping Beauty song?
I know you. I've walked
That's one of them.
You once upon
That's not what I'm thinking though, but yeah, it's a good
one. Oh, really?
One. Yeah.
You're thinking of wait, don't tell me. I think it's like da 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 da.
No, okay. Yep.
Da, right? That's the Sleeping Beauty.
No, it was Blue by the what is it? The Venga Bus? What is it? I'm blue. Da da dee da da.
I could see that. She does have a blue dress.
Yeah. That's what you know when she's.
It's bippity boppity boop.
Oh, that's right.
Bippity boppity boop.
This is all.
No, this is comedy gold.
No, it is not.
Comedy gold. So, we decided though to decide who gets to tell their 15-minute story first.
Right.
We said, hey, this year we have to make a bet on something going on, and this year, whoever wins that bet, they get to then tell the story.
Yeah, for the week. Yeah.
So for this week, I said, hey, there's big news in the game show world.
Yep.
Wheel of Fortune. Pat Sajak is saying farewell.
Yeah, big.
Sane.
He's like kind of the last of like the big game show hosts.
He really is. You know, he's like I think 77.
Who cares?
No, but that shocked me.
I never watched it. No, yeah, it's weird. Yeah, he's kind of the last one, but yeah, they're all old now.
Yeah.
Or dead.
Well, I don't know. So then we naturally made the bet. Who's going to replace?
Yes, yeah, it made sense.
Yeah.
Like for the week. Okay, so I thought it was pretty easy. I was going back and forth between a couple people. Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, sure.
But I was like, it makes sense that in the off season it's Ryan Seacrest. He's kind of like the new go-to host that everyone likes.
Yeah,
so that's who I.
Yeah, no. I now that you say that, I realized that was an obvious one. That would have been a pretty easy guess.
Yeah.
I had two.
Yeah.
That I was hovering between. Is Tom Bergeron?
That's a good one.
Because he does everything too.
That's a good one.
And then Bob Barker.
Yeah, you did tell me Bob Barker.
Yeah, and I went all in on Bob Barker and
didn't win this week.
I didn't win. I forgot that he's dead.
Yeah, and not even like a sudden death, like old age death. So he's been dead.
Okay, all right.
So I thought it was a weird choice.
Well, you didn't stop me.
Oh, I'm gonna win the bet.
Yeah, you won. So you won the bet for this week, then, Chris. So with that, you get to start your 15 minutes first. I'll put 15 minutes on the clock.
All right.
When that goes, there should be the sound of a doorbell if it works correctly.
Hopefully.
And when that happens, you need to clean out your ears.
Got it.
With a Q-tip. Ooh, and you love those videos, don't you? Cleaning out the earwax.
No, the cyst videos where they're popping cysts and stuff and like getting. Not earwax, though.
Well, you said before that was satisfying watching the earwax.
Oh, that too.
Oh, my God.
But mostly the cyst ones.
Okay.
They go, like it
go ahead.
Comes up,
15 minutes.
Okay.
Go for it.
All right. So a little town in Germany is having a pigeon problem. Okay?
A pigeon problem.
A little town in Germany having a pigeon problem. This goes back to last November. There was a vote to essentially get rid of the pigeons in this little town.
Okay.
They don't like them. Right.
Right.
So, I'm not going to try to pronounce this town. Should I? Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Let me hear it.
Limburg Aderlan.
Hold on. Can I see it?
Limburg.
Show it to me. Limburg Aderlan.
No.
Limburg Aderlan.
Yeah, that. So that little town in the West German state of Hesse, Hesse. I'm sure it's pronounced.
We have a listener there.
I'm sure.
No, we do.
Oh,
shout out.
Okay.
Shout out.
Hey, Hesse. Did you vote to get rid of these pigeons? Okay.
It might be Hess. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Who cares?
But either way, he's the listener.
Who cares?
Or she.
If it's not English, I don't care.
Well, we appreciate you.
Okay. So they just voted to exterminate its 700 strong pigeon population.
700 strong. I like. Okay.
So
exterminate.
Yeah. So
good Lord.
In November of 2023, there was a vote. They're like, hey, this is the problem. What do you want to do? They said, kill them.
Okay, hold on a minute. Will it address this? Why? Why have they a problem?
It was a problem. I don't know.
Did they say why the pigeons are a problem?
Yeah, maybe a little. Just they're pests.
They're just doing their thing, man.
There's too many, apparently.
It didn't say why. Are they pooping? Are they eating food?
Nope, they just don't like them.
Are they driving the bus?
They just don't like. Yeah, they're driving the bus. I remember. I have that book.
It's a great book.
Yeah.
We gotta get rid of these pigeons. They keep driving the buses.
It was one of the only one that Nora would actually listen to.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny though.
The pigeon wants a hot dog. Don't give him a hot dog. Okay.
Don't let the pigeon drive the bus.
Yeah.
That was one of the first books that made me. I was like, I can write children's books.
He's awesome.
Oh no, I love it.
Yeah, he's great.
Because it's like, you can
Williams.
You can just be like weird and funny.
He's great.
It doesn't, you don't need like a necessarily like, this nice little story.
I think I read he worked on Sesame Street before. So anyway.
I can see that. Yeah. Okay. So in November 2023, that the vote was put through, and then the citizens voted, kill him. And then it was almost like they were surprised that they voted yes, because they're like, whoa, okay. Let's make sure. So the vote went through a whole bunch of other shit to make sure that's what people really wanted. So just on June 9th, the city council's decision to kill the birds was upheld.
Wow.
So it went a couple months, and they're like, do we really want to just kill a bunch of birds?
This is bird genocide.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I almost didn't do this story last week, or the when I first read about it.
Why, is there a history of genocide in Germany?
No, I just didn't want to
No, because if there was, you think I would have heard about a genocide in Germany.
Yeah, I didn't want to just in case there was.
I
didn't want to like.
You're in the clear.
I didn't want to pile on.
I think you're in the clear.
Germany.
You know what? I think Germany, they could have then easily said this was just bird flu.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but by the way, if 700 pigeons died, it's not like they fuck a vote, right? Because honestly, if 700 pigeons died, the biggest thing that would happen is like some people in that little town would go like, it's weird. I don't want pigeons anymore. Wonder what happened. That's it. Then it's over. There wouldn't be this whole story. Wouldn't be a city council vote that had to be upheld months later. Sure. It just would have been like, that's weird. It seemed like the pigeons went somewhere. Going
to the Geneva Convention for birds.
Yeah. So, so just over 53% of the residents who voted on Sundays approved the killing of the birds. Reports with a total of 7,500 basically yes votes to kill these birds. Wow. All right. So now that it's upheld, how are they going to kill these birds?
Okay.
All right. How would you kill 700 pigeons?
How would I kill 700 pigeons? I would dress up as an old man with a poisonous loaf of bread.
Got it.
On a bench.
I like it.
And then Mary Poppins would be in the back.
Yep.
Feed the
birds. Toppins. Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, how long? Yeah.
Toppins are back. It's poison. It's poison.
They can't understand me.
Poison are back. Yeah.
Oh man, that was like the one part of Mary Poppins I hated. I'm like, oh, this song. Fast forward. I hated it.
Yeah, what makes you cry? Sorry.
No, fuck that.
Yeah, I cry.
Okay, no poisoning. That's good. I mean, how long does it take to really poison 700 birds? It can't be that long, right?
They will swarm over a little.
Right,
bread.
that's what I mean.
Yeah, it seems easy.
Yeah.
Don't overthink it, Germany. Don't overthink it.
The citizens have made use of their right and decided that the animal should be reduced. They're killing all the pigeons by a falconer.
Oh.
Okay.
That seems like a slow process.
Yeah. Yes. Just fucking shoot him. Falconer.
The Great Pigeon Hunt.
Yeah.
Advertise that you can make money.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, or just pay citizens. Hey, I'll give you a dollar.
Make a giant event. Hey, it's the big pigeon hunt. People coming from all over Europe to like hunt.
I mean, if there was like millions of pigeons, 700.
That's a lot to shoot in one day.
I know, but that's why it's only 700.
Beer,
but
garden
it's
going.
only 700. That's why we got to keep it to the townsfolk.
No.
Dollar a pigeon.
No, I don't like it.
So the
Missed
falconer. I'm with you. I know it feels like what would Leslie Knope do in the city of Pawnee? It feels like she would have a get together and figure out what's going on with these pigeons.
It's a moneymaker.
Yeah, exactly.
Too, in the community.
So that method, the falconer method, was initially proposed by the council last year in November, and then question put to voters was simply whether the decision should stand or not. So they said, yeah, falconer, whatever that means, right? So more precisely, here's what's going to happen: the falconer is going to lure the birds into a trap. Okay.
All right.
Then hit them over a head with a wooden stick. This is real. And
is he using a falcon to lure them?
I know. I don't know. He's just called a falconer. He's just going to lure them in with the trap. Hit them over a head with a wooden stick. Stun them. And then break their necks.
Oh, God. They said this is a good idea. This is the best option?
For one, it's a lot of work. And why wouldn't the stick kill him at first?
And it's one guy?
Yes.
He's got to do this 760 times?
Shh.
Oh, my God.
It sounds like a Pink Panther, old school Pink Panther movie.
It does. Well, it's like a Looney Tunes.
Yeah. It's very much a Looney Tunes. Like
an Elmer Fudd.
Yeah, he's like, shh, I'm hunting pigeons. You're like, and then every time in Looney Tunes, like, why are you doing all that? Just go grab them. No. We're gonna get him with the trap. Shh.
Boop. Do. And then he's like, you get like a finger.
Yeah.
On your shoulder, what? Yeah. And it's the bird behind you, the pigeon's behind you. What?
But it's a 6-foot pigeon, and the 6-foot pigeon hits him on the head.
Hits the falconer on the head.
Yeah, then Elmer gets rocked.
And then he sees stars, but it's like pigeons around his head.
Yeah. Tweet. And the whole episode, the whole 7 minutes is him trying to kill one pigeon.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I saw a pigeon.
He's gonna lure him into a trap.
Okay.
Don't know what trap. Hit him over the head with a wooden stick.
Okay.
Like a cartoon character.
Oh my God.
Then break their necks. All right. I know it's very elaborate. So, of course, animal rights campaigners were horrified when these plans were announced. Like, do we have to do it this way? At this point, I'd rather you do a gas chamber. Like,
Hasn't Falconer come
I know.
further along?
Yeah.
With technology?
Yeah, then FUD.
Have we not?
So the animal rights campaign were horrified. They said, we live in 2023. It can't be that we kill animals just because they annoy us or that they're nuisances. That's not acceptable. Which makes sense. Yeah. You can't just be like, we don't like you here. Which I always got, right? Because as a little kid, I'm like, oh, there's a lot of these or those, but obviously anybody that's over 12.
What do you mean by when you say that? Because that we can fill in a lot of blanks there, Chris. Can you please?
Animals.
Okay. All right.
What's
a lot of these and those here?
Like bugs and deers and birds.
Okay.
And then you get over 12 and you start realizing like,
a lot of Presbyterians here.
Yeah. And then you start realizing like, well, we kind of just built our shit on where they're living. And then we're getting mad at them for being there. Same thing, like Hollywood Hills and LA, all the bobcats and coyotes and stuff. It's like they're mad that they're there. It's like, well, then don't put your fucking house in wildlife. So that's what they're saying.
We built this city.
Yep, on wildlife. So this is weird too. These killings are set to be carried out over the next 2 years.
Wow.
I'm like, all right. A couple things. Like, so 700 birds in 2 years.
Yeah.
Let's do the math. That's not a lot, right?
Sure.
That's like less than a bird a day, right? Mm-hmm. And you can kill more than one bird a day, for one. And two, like, more bird. What if more birds just come?
Well, that's what I was going to say. Can't they procreate?
Yeah, they can procreate especially over 2 years.
That's, I think, enough time.
And then say you kill them all, then the other birds are going to be like, oh, cool, no more birds. Like, we can go to this turf now. Like, we stayed away because these pigeons were there. Now we can go to the...
Now I'm thinking, is the Falconer guy, how much is he getting paid? Because he's like, hey, I can stretch this out.
Right.
I'll be employed forever.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to have babies. And again,
they're paying me
animals,
$30 an hour to kill these pigeons.
Yeah. There's also no fucking, clear bubble over it like the Simpsons movie that are stopping other birds from coming in, It doesn't make sense.
They can fly?
Yeah, and fly in and out.
Okay, I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
they have wings.
So critics say that as well as being cruel, the pigeon culls aren't really effective since any remaining birds will reproduce and replenish the population.
Yeah, sure.
So it's so funny when like animal rights activists try certain tactics. Same thing with people with veganism, it's like, don't do it because it's just for humanity. It's like wrong to do. And then when that still doesn't work, they're like, well, then you guys are just being stupid. It's not going to work. They just keep trying different tactics because the tactic of like, this is a little cruel. You can't just kill animals because you don't like them. It doesn't work. So now you got to start saying how dumb they are for trying it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So remarkably, some studies show that pigeon numbers can even increase following a cull. Okay. So I guess other. So
that's a nice way of saying genocide. Is a cull?
A cull, I guess.
Okay.
So I guess culls have been tried before. There's studies, and it says they will increase because that's what I'm saying. I think when other pigeons see like the empty space, they're like, cool. There's more room to come in and be here. So it was.
That's what I've heard like black mold. If you take it out,
right,
like with bleach or whatever, it just comes back harder.
That's not true.
I think it's true.
Okay.
So you don't kill mold with bleach. I heard.
Oh, bleach. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the case in Switzerland. Had a pigeon population of around 20,000 from 1961 to 1985. The city killed around 100,000 pigeons each year.
What's so bad about pigeons?
They're like infestations.
Oh my God.
So they killed 100,000 pigeons each year, but the population remained stable. So there was 20,000, and they kept killing them. And it just stayed at 20,000. And it's so funny. Like, we only had 20,000. We keep killing, And so it doesn't work.
Wow.
It doesn't work. A group called Pigeon Action.
Yeah, I give them money every month.
Okay. Found an alternative solution, now known as the Basel model, whereby citizens were warned against feeding the animals. Pigeon lofts were also installed so the eggs could easily be removed from them. As a result, the pigeon population plummeted by 50% within 4 years.
Oh, so you starve the pigeons?
Well, you don't starve them. They're animals. They can go find their own food. You just don't help.
I know, but that means, if the population went down that much, well, maybe they're looking for food elsewhere then.
Looking for food elsewhere, and
are they that dumb of a bird they can't survive unless you feed them?
Well, they're stupid.
Okay.
But also they gave them a place to lay their eggs. So instead of eggs being laid and hatching, they just grabbed the eggs and destroyed them.
Oh, I see.
So there wasn't any more pigeons being born.
I was joking about the egg drop.
Yeah.
At the beginning of this episode, but I realized how pertinent it really was.
Yep. So
that's what you do. You just give all their eggs to the 7th grade class that's going to do the egg drop.
Yeah, and help them out that way. So it's a little bit crazy. Saying it doesn't.
Please drop it. Please break the egg, kids, because we don't want these pigeons.
Oh man. Other cities found multiple solutions besides just hiring a falconer to hit him over the head with a wooden stick, which is it's so funny to me. I apologize going back to this. I'm imagining one guy walking around the city with a stick, trying to hit pigeons. What a weird, hundreds of years ago scenario that we're getting. Like, it's a. I almost want this going to be our YouTube thumbnail as like a picture of a dude with a stick trying to hit a big old pigeon over the head. Okay, so they give other solutions. Are we okay? They give other solutions. They ask, are pigeon feeding bans legal? Like, why wouldn't it be? So they try to implement feeding bans, but prove controversial. I guess the same question you just asked, like, will you just starve the pigeons? It's like, well, they're animals. They're wild animals still. You know what I mean? There he goes. Oh shit! It's a 6-foot pigeon.
It's no, he's got a big stick, Chris.
So watch out!
Watch out!
In 2021, last thing, Berlin's state animal welfare officer sought a legal option on pigeon feeding from a lawyer and veterinarians. So they concluded that cities cannot ban pigeon feedings and are even obligated to take care of the animals since they are the offspring of a neglected domestic species and technically not wild animals. So, which is funny. This is another German town. Obviously, it says Berlin.
Really?
They concluded that pigeon, like banning pigeon feeding is illegal, but not hitting them over the head and breaking their necks. That's not illegal.
Oh, that's fine, man. Who doesn't love a good bloodbath?
There's
a bird bath and a bloodbath.
You're obligated to take care of the animals, unless you're going to kill all of them. If they're there, you got to take care of them. You can kill them, but you can't not feed them.
Now that we're talking, we talked about cartoons. Was it the Animaniacs, the Pigeons?
Yeah.
They were funny.
Oh hell yeah,
hilarious.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I love pigeons. What's the matter with pigeons? That's my
pigeons are fine.
I don't understand why do they like what's.
No, pigeons are cool.
There's so many worse things in society.
Any animal in a huge group is a little scary because you're like, oh boy, you don't know what's going to happen.
Has there been sightings of like the birds, the birds happening here?
No Hitchcocking. Yeah, no Hitchcocking. But
no Hitchcocking.
But anyway, so they're about to kill a bunch of pigeons in Germany.
With the falconer. So this is what's crazy.
The falconer.
I read this, and I don't know if it actually ever happened, but I think it did. Here in Sacramento, because that's where we podcast out of. We're on top of the Capitol here in Sacramento. This is the dome.
Yep.
For those watching.
Feels like inside the dome.
Yeah, it's hot. But we did hire a falconer for downtown to get rid of crows.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But I don't remember any bashing on the head and killing the bird.
With the wooden stick.
It was just to capture them and then send them away.
Yeah. Not, and then breaking their necks. Like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Get all the pigeon juice.
Yeah. Like, and there's...
What do they do with the carcasses?
I don't know, dude. I burn them. Wow. People eat pigeons, right?
Why
like
not?
Squab, right? So...
They're just full of bread.
Them and ducks.
Yeah.
No, it's a little weird because, like, there's a fine line between, like, nature's cycle, right? Because too much of one animal can ruin an environment.
Sure.
They did that in Yellowstone where like rivers were eroding because they got rid of the wolves. So all the deer were out and they were taking away the vegetation and the river was eroding. Then they introduced wolves back into Yellowstone, killed enough deer. Vegetation grew back, river was flowing right, then it was a nice cycle. So some birds in a city doing their thing.
That's why we have the purge. Right? That's why society has...
Yep.
That's... Okay, doesn't matter. All right, I'm going to go with my story now, Chris. I'll put 15 minutes on the clock.
Oh, man.
You remember the guy, I said Martin Shkreli?
Martin Shkreli, yes.
Martin Shkreli. So
I do know that name.
You do know that name. So He is, for those that don't remember, he's a Pharma bro.
He's a big dickhead.
Okay.
If you don't remember.
All right.
He bought Wu-Tang's album.
So that's what I'm going to talk about. That's the story. But
That was a long time ago.
Well, it's trending right now.
I love it. Okay,
Okay,
good.
but Martin Shkreli. So
Wait. It's not about him buying it, though. It's something else.
No. So he's a
Wait a second. No, I'm just kidding.
a former pharmaceutical executive. He was known for, he raised the price of it was a life-saving drug.
Yeah, nice guy.
He raised it by over 5,000%.
Yeah. And he still to this day justifies it, by the way.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, well, if you're in a business, what do you want me to do? He tries to justify it.
Even though he went to prison for it.
Yes.
He's still trying to justify it.
He's a piece of shit.
Reminds you of someone that he could become president.
Yes, he could.
Is what I'm trying to say.
He could.
But yeah. So the drug that hold on, let me find the drug there. Yes, Daraprim was the drug.
Okay.
Daraprim, which is an antiparasitic medication used a lot for AIDS patients.
Yep.
And others with suppressed immune systems. It was at the time $13.50 per pill.
That's crazy. I mean,
which then he raised. So from $13.50, he raised it to $750
for a pill, which you probably need to take daily.
Pill, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
And even if it's monthly, by the way, $750 a month or whatever. But yeah, even if it's monthly, which it's not.
Yeah.
It's like, so you don't want people to have your medicine. That's
no, you can have it. You just got to pay the price.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. Oh God, dude, it's.
So this was crazy. So at the time, and I remember this story, but I didn't read enough about it at the time.
I do remember that too. Yeah, a while back. Yeah.
So, there's a fierce backlash, but even they have put laws to stop price
the gouging. Yep.
But it's still like $700 a pill now.
Yeah, no,
So
and they do it with EpiPens, with a bunch of shit because they fucking can. It makes me so angry.
Which is scary because now I do have type 1 in my house, type 1 diabetes in my house.
Yep.
And I mean you got to get that insulin, and that can be expensive.
Yeah. And same thing with Jessie's medicine.
Okay.
For her rheumatoid arthritis.
Okay.
It was the same thing where it was $500 a month. It's a shot. It was $500 a month.
Is it one-time shot?
Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So $500 for 2 shots.
Yeah, $500 for two. Okay. $500 for 2 shots.
Got it.
And so even like her insurance didn't cover it. It's through Kaiser. Insurance didn't cover it. Doesn't cover it. So she's got to pay it. So you have to find this program that you have to pay for it initially, and then they reimburse you and this and that. And if that doesn't go through, it's $500 a month just to get a shot. And if not, you can't, and they can do whatever they want with it. And then they just changed it again without like telling anybody. It's like, oh, Kaiser did. And we don't need to even keep this. But they just one day said like, oh, we use this medicine now. And like, so as someone like Jessie who's had it since she was 18 months old, like she didn't know how her body reacts to it, what it will do to her, anything. It's just like, nope, because a pharmaceutical rep walked into Kaiser and Kaiser decided to use this instead of that. And so now she didn't know, like, so she's like, I guess I got to take this shot that I don't know how it reacts to my body or if it will do the same thing, that the other one did.
It's really scary to be at the whim of some executive.
Yeah,
somewhere.
just by making a decision, you're like, well, I don't know if this works on me or if it's going to hurt me. Yeah. And either way, the same thing. It's like $500 a month, like and if you don't get that program, you're just not taking that medicine. Yeah. So anyway, we'll take that out. It's fucking backwards.
It's horrible.
It's stupid. And like you said with like your daughters, like that you put it perfectly, to be at the whim of like, if they just make the decision, now your daughter shots this much.
I mean, to go from $13.50 to $750.
Yes.
So he did spend time
life-saving pills.
Life-saving pills. And how do you sleep at night?
Yeah, absolutely.
I get it. But I mean, look, that's the whole thing too with the fentanyl.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. And the people that are doing dope sick. Right, that was the Michael Keaton.
Oh,
show,
yeah,
right?
The movie.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh no, the show. You're right.
Yeah, but that knowing that these drugs they're giving, they're super addictive and killing you, but they're making money.
That's the other thing. Yeah, it's like we're gonna add this to it, and it'll make you addicted.
Right.
So it's like the
opioid crisis.
Yeah. So now it's like the opioid crisis put on by the people that are making the drugs. It's not these secret drug dealers on the street.
Yeah.
You know who like
it's white collar crime.
It is
compared to
It's
street crime.
Yeah, it's crazy. I know we're getting off
and the
on
white collar is way worse.
always
Yeah,
with it be money, death, drugs, whatever. Right? It's like always like BlackRock shit. But no, it is. It's really like drug dealers are the fucking. It's the pharmaceutical industry, the CEOs, because they know that people will want their product. It's fucking bananas and backwards.
And I'll take this out, but it's the Donald Trump too, because if anyone else did the shit that he did in court, you would gone in jail.
If it was me and you that like, hey, a tax fraud that we did or something like on our business, and we were like, I'll say whatever the fuck I want. I don't care about my gag order. I'll act this way in court. You'd be like, sir, you're just going to be in jail during the trial. Yeah. It wouldn't be no courtesy. Oh, fucking hell. Anyway, sorry for the tangent.
We're going back to Martin Shkreli. So, spent some years in prison, didn't do the full term.
Right.
The rest was like house confinement. Mm-hmm. So he had like 7 years in prison, but he didn't do the full time. The rest was house confinement. Right. Yay. But
I know, right? Come on.
So, Pharma bro, Martin Shkreli, he's been accused in a lawsuit. The lawsuit's coming out now.
Yeah.
For making and sharing copies of a supposedly one-of-a-kind Wu-Tang Clan album.
Yeah, I remember this.
Before he sold it for $4.75 million.
I think he bought it for $2.
Do you know how many pills he could have bought for that? Not many.
Like 3.
Not many.
So I remember this at the time, people were mad at him because Wu-Tang had this great idea.
Yeah.
Because Wu-Tang will always sell. But in the 90s, Wu-Tang was huge, right? Wu-Tang is for the kids. So,
wait, Wu-Tang was for kids? They had a kid show?
No. So yes. So their idea
I would cream for that.
Nice.
Only song I know.
They had this great idea. It's like, you know what we're gonna do? We're only gonna make one copy.
Yeah.
And we're gonna sell it for $2 million.
Wow.
And because what's the difference? Even though the difference should be I'm an artist, I want people to hear my art, but we're gonna make $2 million because we'll make more doing that than any streams, the sales of our albums. If they just sold it through a record company, they would make way less, right? So they said, someone's going to buy a Wu-Tang album that's exclusive for $2 million. And then they did. Martin Shkreli did. And people were pissed that he got it. And he was like, cool, and then now whatever he's doing with it. But that was the story behind it.
And that's crazy. And that's what they were saying. So Wu-Tang was saying that the project was intended to make a comment about the impact of streaming and piracy.
Yeah.
And wow, because they don't talk about that they could make more from a single sale.
Yep. Than they ever
all
would.
They would ever get from all their rights from streaming it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So what an ambitious album for one. Like that's a fantastic idea.
Yeah, and only a handful of people have heard it or whatever. You know what I mean? But
now, do you have to be a good musical group
to do
a good
that
podcast to do that? Because I'm wondering, could we
sell our podcast?
Say, hey. Would that make it more rare?
My seat feels like it got dipped in a pool.
That's just cream. Again, I'm going to
it is cream.
Only joke.
Okay, anyway. No, right. That'd be funny to sell our podcast. Like, hey, guys, the podcast nobody wanted.
Yeah.
$1 million is to listen to our only episode.
You don't like this guy that much, Martin Shkreli?
No, of course.
Not a fan? Well, let me make you like him a little more.
Okay.
I promise to make you like him a little more by the end.
Okay.
That's my commitment to you.
I appreciate it.
So according to court documents that were filed just last week, Shkreli boasted multiple times online about making copies of the album.
Okay. Idiot.
Claiming during one interview that he burned the album and sent it to like 50 different chicks.
Oh, God.
He said...
That's the way to pick up ladies.
Quote, do you know how many blowjobs that album got me?
Oh, boy.
I mean, aren't you like feeling a little warm now for this guy?
So, it's creeping up. All right. So,
but as we told, the album's current owner, so when he went to prison, he had to sell
it. Okay, that was my question because I was like, he can make copies, it's his. But like you said, if he sold it,
he lost the rights to that when he went to jail.
Yeah.
And so a crypto collective called Pleaser DAO.
DAO, like a DAO.
DAO, Pleaser.
DAO. Because a DAO is basically a collection of people. So basically, a bunch of people raised that money. Then it was a group.
Okay. So that's now the owner of the Wu-Tang album.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So
I wonder. So I apologize because it feels like once Wu-Tang lets go of that, right? Okay, anybody can do anything they want with it, right? So it's Martin's. So if here's where we get into the weeds, right? Because if I buy a physical album, right, like right now. And I can copy it. That means it's mine. So if you made a
You can do whatever you want with it.
so if he made a copy of it, and he had to sell the Wu-Tang original for $4 million. That copy he has is still his.
I mean, yeah,
right.
It is,
and
you don't have to like it,
but it is.
But,
it's
yeah.
he owned it. He made this is his. You listen. You have the original. That's going to always be worth more. This is like the
Right.
But
Right.
I can.
It's a knockoff.
I can make people. I can have people listen to this.
I don't think.
Right.
I think he's within his rights to do that. As much as I might despise the guy,
I think so too. I don't like it either.
The only way I think Wu-Tang could say, "Hey, we don't want this," is if you like maybe wrote that and then signed that you would not.
Yeah.
It's like when you're being sued and you're like, "Hey, I won't talk about this." Like, you got to sign the
an NDA.
Yeah.
So that was my question.
Was that a rap group? NDA.
Yes.
Yeah, stands for never mind.
I don't know if it says it there. That's what I was going to ask because that would be the only thing is this is the one and only copy. It can never be duplicated. It can never blah blah blah. When he bought it originally, right? And if it ever do, then we can take it back from you. It's not yours anymore. So
okay.
So if something like that was in the contract, then he's screwed.
Okay, so you're saying that so he bought it for whatever $2 million.
I think $2 million.
So when he had to sell it, it went. They were able to sell it for $4.75 million. He had to get rid of it, and then the state or whoever took ownership of his assets.
Yeah,
and then this group has it. So now the album was supposed to constitute the sole existing copy of this Wu-Tang thing.
Okay, then that's the problem.
But the lawsuit is saying that there's multiple examples of Shkreli playing the album on live streams. Or bragging about how many copies he has.
So that's a problem. So when sold, it sounds like, according to that, that was a stipulation.
Maybe. He claims, this is in one of the live streams, he says, "Of course I made MP3 copies. They're like hidden in safes all around the world."
Okay.
Would he make a good Bond villain? Do you think?
No, he's too dumb.
They all are dumb.
No, I know.
They always lose. They never kill Bond when they have the chance.
Lose. I know, they monologue and all that shit, but he's dumber. He's like a Austin Powers villain.
Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah. But in other comments, they're saying Shkreli suggested that he'd sold copies and that there's more than 5,000 people out there that have copies that he's sold.
Okay, so
now that's an illegal. That's like going into the movie theater.
Yeah.
Filming the movie.
Right.
And then selling it. That's illegal. That's FBI warning.
No, that's a problem because even though I mean, again, that's his copy that he bought, right? But if it was all go ahead, because I was like, if it says it.
Well, see, and here we go.
Time of purchase.
Further on, and that's why I saw this later. So, according to the lawsuit, the album's original purchase agreement.
Yep, there it is.
Included an 88-year ban.
Yep.
On duplicating, replicating, or exploiting the album for any reason other than for exhibition or playing.
Yep.
In spaces not customarily used as venues for large musical concerts. I don't know what that means.
It just means you can play it in your house at a party, but you
okay.
can't go
88 years.
Yeah,
is there a reason why you had 88?
I know it's weird. It's funny, but it's because it would be funny. Because what I would do is buy that for, let's say, $2 million. Then talk to Mr. Golden One and go, "Hey, Golden One, I got the Wu-Tang album. I'll if you want, I'll sell tickets to 20,000 seat venue. That we can all come in, and then you get a monetary. You can get money from the tickets.
Right.
So basically, that's what it's saying. You can't do. You can't go into a club and play it. You can't because it's
Sure. Okay.
But house parties, it sounds like if people are over, play it.
And if I charge people at the house parties $50 to get in,
It's not normally. So it says normally, not normally used.
I know.
So
every weekend he has a party.
I know it's weird.
$50 you do
So
his
okay.
house.
So
It's a little
then
weird.
yes. So now it's very clear.
Okay.
This dude's in trouble.
So the group argues that in playing and sharing the album, Shkreli has breached the terms of the forfeiture under which it was sold.
Yep.
And so this pleaser Dow is seeking damages exceeding $75,000.
Okay.
And they want him to give up all copies that he's kept.
He has to. Yeah.
Okay. And to disclose the money he made.
Oh,
Selling
sure.
those copies.
Okay. Got it. Yeah.
But Shkreli's saying, look, it's crazy that they can hunt down everyone who made copies of copies. You can't bind those rights. It's still mine. I can do whatever I want with it.
Yeah. So now this sounds like it's interesting because it sounds very clear.
Okay, hold on.
Oh,
Shkreli
my Wu-Tang albums here.
You Wu-Tang? Oh, what did you Amazon that?
Yeah. It's just on Amazon Prime.
Was that Amazon Shkreli?
Yeah, Amazon Shkreli.
Nice.
Because this is going to be
How much
like.
did you pay for that?
You don't want to know.
I'm not going to ask.
It sounds like this is going to have to be like pushed up into the courts, like Supreme Court type shit, because it's clear. It seems like
it's multi-layered.
Yeah, because it seems very clear in the original contract. Yes, the contract said you cannot make copies for 88 years. You can't give it to people. That's clear. But constitutionally, if you own something, what does it mean to own? Does your constitutional right, or does that contract outweigh your constitutional rights to your property? So it's like Wu-Tang Clan's right about what it said in the contract, but does that violate any, your constitutional rights?
I left out that he wrote the contract with the devil.
Oh,
does that change things?
Yes.
I don't know. You're only as good as your soul on paper.
Right. True.
So, and what would you sell your soul for?
Minimum?
At minimum, yeah.
Like $1 million.
Oh, okay. I was thinking like a really good ice cream sundae, but okay, different.
I don't like ice cream sundaes.
Well, you got problems. All right. Any takeaways from these stories, though, Chris? Any takeaways from our stories?
Okay. My takeaway would be that Wu-Tang should hire a falconer and then hunt down Martin Shkreli.
I like that.
Beat him with the stick.
Wu-Tang hires a falconer.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's our next step. Like, you don't want to adhere to this contract? Mm-hmm. The courts aren't listening? Mm-hmm. Falconer time.
Oh, my God. That's amazing. That's amazing. I was thinking one thing that I feel like this is not really much of a takeaway, but I was thinking during your story, they should get like duck hunt. Remember duck hunt? Yeah. But you had to wear like the glove.
Oh yeah.
Or you right?
No, you didn't wear it during duck hunt, but yeah.
But
there was the power glove. Yeah, you had the
power glove. Okay,
yeah,
but they should just like make a pigeon hunt version of that, and people can just
pigeon hunt.
Just virtually kill the pigeons.
Did you play that?
I think they'd be happy enough.
I would always put the gun barrel just touching the TV screen and just follow it, and then still not make it past like level 10.
No,
they would go fast, dude.
I think Martin Shkreli should make a pill that could kill all the pigeons. But this town in Germany has to pay a hefty price.
A lot of money.
And then problem solved.
Yeah.
And then it's a Wu-Tang song.
I hope he gets put back in jail.
You think he's gonna go back to jail for this?
No, of course not. But it is something interesting to follow to see what takes precedent here, because it seems like the contract was pretty clear.